Okay. So welcome, Sam. Now you've been a student at Swinburne for how many years now?
So it's my third year at the
Third
moment.
year.
So just finished my third year, which is very exciting. 3.5 years if you include. I did 6 months of TAFE at Swinburne first.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, why don't you just give us some more about your background? So, what are you studying, and what led you to want to study what you're studying?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm doing a double bachelor. So I'm doing a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Business with a major in accounting. So eventually hoping to be qualified as both a lawyer and an accountant
Mm.
because I want to get into corporate law and obviously a lot of finance. And so to be able to read those kind of financial spreadsheets, understand them, and to be able to sign off on them is a very, very big benefit. So I kind of fell in love with law, in particular corporate law and contract law.
Mm.
Before I went to uni, I was working in the music industry, working as a manager, handling a lot of the business side. And with it, there's obviously, as with every kind of area of business, contracts rule the corporate industry. Everything is a contract. Everything is very meticulous.
Mm.
And so I kind of fell in love with contract law because to me it was a puzzle. I love
Mm.
puzzles, and it's basically one great big puzzle that doesn't actually have a correct answer. You've just got to kind of get the pieces, see which way you can make them fit the best, and then try to argue your case that this picture is the correct way that the picture is supposed to be presented. And I really love that. It's a bit abstract, but
Mm.
it's very, very, very fun, very like problem solving. And yeah, so I kind of decided I didn't have, didn't go through the proper
Mm.
kind of method that most people use to get into university. So I actually ended up dropping out of school when I was younger. I had a year eight pass, started working, ended up going back to school just so that I could get my bare minimum year 12 pass because I kind of figured that it'd be very hard to start a career and do something with just a year eight pass. So, yep, went back to school, got my year 12 at a community school. Kind of rushed through that just so I could, get my qualification, walk away. Didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was just working in the hospitality industry while I was trying to start my own business. And COVID hit, which was a bit detrimental. And I decided, no, I want to go back to university. I really love learning.
Mm.
I was trying to teach myself independently, and I realized, no, let's do this properly. Let's commit. And so ended up going to and doing to Swinburne to do a Cert 4 in business, which I used a pathway into the Bachelor of Business. And then after 6 months, I transitioned over to the double Bachelor.
Well, it's an
Fell in love with
interesting
accounting along
pathway
the
for
way.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting. And probably the most interesting part, you said, so you're a music manager. So what do you mean by music manager? What kind of things were you
Yeah.
doing?
So it was a lot of I love music, I love art, I love just any form of creative expression. But I very much struggle myself I'm not a very good musician, no matter how hard I try. I can barely play the guitar after about 2 years of lessons. Not great. A lot of my family has a lot of musical talent, and I was a lot more of the
Mm.
analytical mind. But I have a great appreciation for music, film, TV, just all forms of kind of art. And so growing up, I decided I want to be involved in this incredible thing, this incredible expression of oneself that
Mm.
artists are performing, they're creating songs, and it's meaningful and it's resonating. And so what's the solution for someone who can't play an instrument or sing to get involved in the music industry? And so it's awesome. Let's be a manager. Let's handle the business side. And I kind of went into it because I had such a great love for music and the kind of creative expression. I went in with the mindset of if I handle the business, it's less for the artist to focus on, so they can just focus on the output.
Mm.
Because oftentimes the music industry, a lot of issues can come about because artists will kind of have to focus on the business, and so that will have an effect on the music, the output, and that creativity. They'll be focusing on what will sell best, and my job was you create what you want and I figure out how to sell it. And it was really, really good to kind of get that real practical kind of business sense in a very in an industry that's very hard to predict. and it was really good fun. I made some incredible connections, met some incredible
Mm.
people, and have had some incredible experiences. And I learned a lot from it. Yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, very nice. And before you were in hospitality, what kind of things were you doing in hospitality?
so I was working as a bartender.
Hmm.
I was always told by growing up that I had the gift of the gab, and so I figured, what's a great sales position you can get without any qualifications? And as a bartender, it's selling, the bar, selling drinks, selling
Hmm.
that idea. And so I ended up working as a bartender. Started in kind of a bit of the nightlife scene, which was really fun for about 2 months, and then I went, oh my God, I don't know how I'm supposed to have this as a complete lifestyle, because it's just a lot. It's very full on and very loud. So I ended up getting out of that, going into the pub scene, a bit quieter, a bit more stable, and meant I could, protect my hearing, which was great. So did that, and then started working in the gaming industry, which was really good fun. I really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the regulars, but I didn't see it as something that I could progress beyond. It was a job, not a career, which for some, the hospitality industry, they can see as a career, and it is an incredible career. I know people who have been extremely successful in that industry, but for me, I couldn't see it progressing further. It wasn't something I wanted to do forever, and it wasn't mentally stimulating enough for me. So
Yeah,
yeah, decided get out of that and come study.
study. Alrighty. So that all seems like pretty exciting type of background in music. At the moment, do you have any connections like with music still, or any other hobbies out there besides keeping a head in the books and doing all the study?
Yeah, so I mean, I still talk to a lot of the people that I worked with in the music industry. Some of them I still call some of my closest friends. And it's really interesting because I've got a very kind of mismatched life. I love just going, oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, okay, now I'm going to try this. And so I kind of gather a lot of friends from all different areas. And it's very interesting when, as a big event, a birthday or something, they all get together. And I'm like, oh, wow, just this kind of wide variety of people from all different experiences, and connect. I have this connection with all of them through very different hobbies and
Mm.
passions and interests. And so yeah, I still have a lot of communication, but I don't work in the industry anymore. I kind of left that behind after COVID, just because the music industry and a lot of the entertainment industry took a big hit with COVID, and that
Mm.
recovery took a bit of a hit on me. But at the moment, I fell back in love with programming. Growing up, I loved coding. Self-taught, haven't learned anything. Definitely not, the incredible programmer or anything. But I just loved. Again, it's like a puzzle, but very technical.
Mm.
It's you kind of use your problem-solving skills to kind of find a way to create using language to solve a problem, which is very similar to law. Law is just in English as opposed to Python or SQL or something
Mm.
like that. And so, yeah, I fallen back in love with programming just because with AI being the big topic that everyone talks about, I was like, oh, let's look into it a little bit more, see how it
Mm.
all works. And from there, I went, let's start programming. So yes, I've actually recently started a company, just a little startup,
Mm.
just creating a program, see if something happens. If not, it keeps me from getting bored, which is great.
Oh, fun. Maybe we'll touch back on that a little bit later. But okay, so after you finish study, so you're studying, so you want to be in corporate law. Is that you thinking maybe in the music industry, or other
Um,
area, or any area?
I mean, I did fall in love with law for the music industry, but I'd probably stay away from it, mostly because I feel like the financial side, there's so many different avenues that you can go when you start looking at financial law, such as like taxation, and dealing with tax law.
Mm.
There's so many different areas, so many different industries that require that kind of advice. And if you can't tell from my history, I do like to chop and change. I
I
like to
noticed that.
always
Yeah,
be, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's something I'm very good at. One of my problems, you say, but having a career where I can still maintain that career while being able to constantly try different things, gain new experiences. That's something that's very important for me. And so becoming qualified in an area such as tax law, contract law, corporate law in general, keeping it very broad and not specializing in a certain industry, but being able to kind of apply that knowledge that is applicable to every single industry with slight changes, but being able to do that so I can keep myself mentally stimulated by one day I'm working construction industry and then the next day I'm working on a job that's, you know, in the music industry potentially, or working in hospitality and kind of legalities of that. There's so many different areas that you can go to. So yeah, that's I keep my mind open, never know how it'll turn out, but yeah, keep things a bit broader so I can just see where things take.